even a moment of silence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ignition Point, a weekly Dungeons and Dragons streams with these people right here. Some of who occasionally stream when they remember they have a Twitch stream. So,
like rivering.
for it, oh god, this chair is uncomfortable today. I don't know why. Sorry about that. So, for anyone who loves what we do, or just moderately likes what we do, please hit the follow button to know when we go live so you can keep up to date with whatever is going on in Ignition Point. If you are feeling generous or are able to, please hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of our spooky community. If you want to catch up on anything that we have done during this time, you can do so over on my YouTube channel of the same name, Boomeadow, and you can leave comments over there for the guys and whatnot. There is something weird going on with my camera. Is it the light? I think it was the light. Anyway, so for anyone else who is interested, in 2 weeks on the Saturday night, we are starting up a new campaign with some of the people here. Hudson Hawk, well, not Hudson Hawk, Valcor, Steve, Kevin will be joining us. As you can see, Kevin's not here tonight. We love him. We love him and miss him. But
Kevin's just cosplaying as Steve.
so we have Valcor, Kevin, Steve, and Craig, Evil One, joining us for Equinox, as well as a couple of other old faces over there. Don't start. I invited you. You said no. So that'll be starting on Saturday nights.
I'll join.
Why are you like this? Here we go.
Clint is...
It's already started.
For everyone's reference, Valcor here, if he added like a time turner like Hermione, he'd be attending all the games, even if they're at the same time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's his jam.
I honestly thought you were going to talk more then.
Nope, that's it. Oh, you need more of a break? Sorry.
No, I was just swallowing. No, this is bad.
That's okay.
So, if you want to catch that, it will be starting at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, the 11th of November. If you would like to see a campaign based in this world's version of the Hells, known as Nethreg. So, check out Equinox. It's not scary.
Is it going to be like is it a horror one, or is it more of just like a fun, rompy adventure?
It's a rom-com. So the devil meets Steve and they fall in love. The devil's friends don't approve of Steve. So
Like Steve as in Leviathan?
Yeah, and they go on some wacky adventures.
Oh.
Budge is there.
I'm down. I'll be tuning in, just FYI.
But it's Budge, but he's got like angry eyebrows like texted on, and that's how you know he's evil.
Well, actually, what it is a group of adventurers who will be helping out a rebellion. Some of them are even already dead.
Oh, okay. Like this current game.
So what do they do when they roll for new
Like they
characters?
were playing tonight.
Oh, we got better.
But they got better, yeah. So if you would like to see more of that, or at least their character names, over on my YouTube channel, you can actually see the it's kind of like the load screen / intro screen, so you can watch that video over there on my YouTube channel if you would like to see that. Get excited about it. It's going to be a bit post-apocalyptic, cyberpunky kind of feel to it. So yeah, there's that. So with all of that out of the way, would anyone like to tell us, specifically Ty, because he wasn't here last week, what happened last time?
He wasn't here, he doesn't deserve to know. Moving on.
I mean, he
We'll
was
play that card every time you miss a game then.
You just don't keep me up to date anyway.
That is true. I think Kevin did the recap last week, didn't he?
He did do the recap last week,
That makes me happy.
which means that Steve actually has to do the recap, because I believe he's the only one that takes notes.
Oh shit, and
I take notes, Tegan.
Let's get it.
Wow.
Do you have Kevin's notes? Do you have Kevin's notes in front of you? Just out of
Yes,
curiosity.
but he wasn't very detailed last week.
Can you just read Kevin's notes. That's it.
Because he knew
You
he wasn't
are
going to be
Kevin.
here.
Kevin's notes from session 18 were Kevin did the recap, and Casabre got fireballed.
Okay, so I'll do the recap, I guess.
No,
this
that's
week.
it. That's the recap. Done.
Yeah, we did a magical reset. How about that? That was the highlight, actually. That was a pretty good part of the night. So that's, for Ty's reference, that's the Leonin that is literally a dick to our boy Hudson. But anyway, yeah, so we went to the festival, right? We started by partying after we finished building the hut. Not really partying, I suppose, but Doc ran into Hito. That was my first little note. And Hito and Hudson were playing some gnome tossing, which sounds a little bit,
Goblin.
Was it gnome? Oh, goblin tossing. Sorry, I think I said gnome tossing.
That's socially acceptable. Gnome tossing isn't.
Wow. Okay. I'm
I
getting a
mean,
sense of this
I
now.
mean, you do it a lot anyway. You do toss Hito around, so.
Isn't Hito a gnome though?
Yes, I'm a gnome.
Yeah. So no, he does some tossing every now and
I
then.
mean, I do have an issue
Oh.
though, the goblin tossing. I mean,
Yeah.
Aren't you
I
wearing
think
another
it's-
sentient being's skin?
Little bit prejudiced against small people in this world, but anyway, that aside, we'll move along. Hito was, I think he was being a bit naughty when he was doing that, like using his portals, and the guy didn't like it. And apparently, Hudson used to be a bit of a thief back in the day, stealing from that particular guy's. What were you stealing from his garden? Stealing some berries,
You were
yeah.
a rebel rouser back in the day.
So he's an.
I like the fact that we say back in the day, but it was literally 3 years ago.
There you go.
not even 3 years. It was probably like a year and a half ago. Yeah, he used to break into this guy's garden and steal his berries and shit. Then Hito was giving him some sus-looking stone that Doc got some magical vibes off, but it looks like Hito might have sucked the magic out of. Still dodgy. You could kill multiple people for it.
I feel like
Didn't we
Hito
do-
killed multiple people for less.
Yeah, but this was him killing people, and then he gave it as a gift. So I think we sort of let it slide, even though Doc was a little bit.
I personally believe Hito has killed people to just cut in line at like the hot dog stand.
Probably. Like
Besides-
Gru lining up for ice cream and he freezes everyone? That's Hito right there.
Except it's fireball.
it's Bible.
Fireball.
And as I said, it was the chaos stone, So he could have done bad things. I did a good thing.
I'm pretty
Maybe-
sure
maybe
there was
true.
some discussion that it was a funerary crystal.
Yes.
You say
pretty-
tomato, he says tomato.
It's the question is if it was corrupted or not. If it
Exactly.
wasn't, then it's
Could have
actually a
done bad
good
things.
stone. If it wasn't corrupted, it would be a good thing. Anyway, we don't. My character doesn't know that, so that's fine. Oh yeah, didn't Budge literally beat everyone's ass in arm wrestling
Yes.
and dragon racing?
My man,
Yes.
my
As well.
absolute fucking driller. I respect it.
The
He's
Dragon
just
Whisperer.
he's just casually like, "Hey, dragon, you got this," and then the dragon's like, "Phew." It's pretty good.
Believe it, you.
I believe at you. Then we got some prizes, right? We got a magical bug zapper, which is pretty fun. We can zap bugs magically. And a soul lantern, which weirdly enough Doc had dreamt about in Scott's time 2 months ago. In our time, maybe a few days ago. And oh yeah, fuck, our house burnt down. That's what happened.
The fucking Minotaur. He did
Some
it again. I told
lads,
ya.
yeah, that's what we were saying. It wasn't me. No, some lads burnt our house
Shaggy?
down.
I think we all decided that it was Cal because he was around the last time something caught fire.
Very quiet too.
We did joke about Cal's done it again.
That was the first time.
But Cal came in the background and he was like, I think it was that Minotaur.
Look,
but-
I'm 90% sure it was that Minotaur.
We were who were we questioning? Kisabre, right? He's a sus lad.
Kisabre's the dick and Kisani or something.
Yeah.
Is the one we like?
Kisabre is the dick, and he's definitely. He didn't necessarily. He wasn't necessarily guilty of doing it, but we suspect that he's involved somehow.
Okay, settle down.
And then they all sort of sent us to bed after that. So
Well,
we got
he's-
sent
he's-
to bed.
No,
no, well,
we
Hito wants to add
finished
something.
there. We were finishing there, but I had plans because I think it was that shopkeeper first with a dodgy game.
Yeah, I mean, we all have theories in our own heads, but we haven't had a chance to discuss it yet. So I'm assuming we're picking up just after it's burnt down. We've put out the fire or something like that, and
Everyone's
we can
got
chat
a
them.
theory.
Shorashuk
And-
was the
and-
first guy. Shorashuk.
Shut a shoot. And
My theory is that
yeah.
someone in the crowd said it was a fireworks, and now he only will believe that it was a firework that did it. No one's to blame here.
oh, that's very nice of you.
Very noble.
Yeah,
Also,
but that's
may-
a cherry
may-
bomb.
Gullible, one of the two.
It could have been a firework that was directed purposefully, though.
Kev does have a cherry bomb, and he's awfully quiet at the moment.
I would like it pointed out, Kev does not have a cherry bomb. It is in my inventory.
Oh shit!
So,
It was
see,
Cal
it was Cal all along.
It is still in my inventory, team.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh, you forgot
thank
to
you for
remove it from
clarifying.
your inventory.
How do you
Oh,
spell
yeah, Cal.
rocket launcher?
I don't know if I forgot anything, Tegan, but hopefully that's enough.
No, I think that's about right. No, sorry, I'm just fixing my chair.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add anything that was important?
No, I think you nailed it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I take fucking notes.
Drop
Just
the mic,
casual.
Scotty. Drop the mic.
Toosh. Don't drop the mic; they're expensive. So, with that, as the crowd has dispersed, leaving you with the ruined remains of the house you had spent the better part of a day building, what are you guys doing?
My last request when we ended was I'm watching where my favourite shopkeeper went.
Yep. Where does he sleep? You asked.
Yep.
And I believe that I had stated that he was sitting around with a group of other older Leonin, smoking pipes, sharing stories, passing around some beer.
And then everyone else's and our total interest was in what's his name?
Kisabre.
Casabre.
I keep pronouncing it like Isabre because he's a kissy boy. but
It's
no.
Isidore?
it's Casabre.
Not kiss.
Yeah, and then it's Kasiki is the other one.
Seek some bray.
Kisbur.
So yes.
Kisbur.
Yeah. Because Casabre
What did you
was going into someone's hut, but I think he was just checking if they were all right.
Yes.
He was maintaining a pretty helpful facade, you know. But
Facade. He had a
are we on
facade.
our own yet?
Yeah. I believe that Shah Khan had indicated that in the morning that they would be looking into whether this was
Facade.
foul play, but
I turn to as everyone sort of disperses. I turn to Hudson and I say, Hudson, who's Karis?
Huh? Hudson is actually looking at the building, just remembering something.
Hudson,
What?
I need your attention right now. Who is Karis?
Iris?
I'm assuming it's one of your townsfolk here.
I've lost another comic book.
Well, it was probably Kairos, judging by Kisabre's thoughts that he was thinking.
Why do my belongings keep getting burnt?
Oh, why do you keep putting your belongings in burnable places?
But that's a very
Hello?
long list. Most things are burnable. People, houses.
You could take out insurance if you want.
Oh, just as a side note,
Someone in
I just remembered, sorry to interrupt, because obviously I don't want to interrupt this wonderful roleplay. I don't think it was mentioned to Ty, who is not here. There was also, and I wonder if this was selective ignoring by the narrator, who obviously, Scotty, you get inspiration for the intro. But Hito had purchased, thanks to his game tokens and everything that you had all compiled, he ended up winning a very strange-looking lantern, which Doc did not want.
Touch on that.
Good. That Doc did not want any
I
part
mentioned
of.
the soul lantern.
Yes.
He didn't mention what happened, but he mentioned the lantern.
He did kind of. He didn't want to touch it. And then when Hito tricked him into touching it, he kind of got this faraway, haunted look of absolute pure terror before wrapping it up gingerly with a blanket and putting it into his pack.
Notes on that, but I couldn't. I didn't. I think I
Blacked out.
really was dying. I felt like I was. I think I
Yeah.
died.
You saw your own death, yes.
Yes. I didn't say that because I didn't think it was important, but it probably was. In hindsight.
Nah, it's fine.
It's more the it's more the reaction of the group would have seen you looking terrified
No one
and
gave a shit.
you would have been looking terrified and
Of course we don't care.
you would have looked terrified and haunted, but I also think it's important because Cal was there that Ty actually understands that you looked rough. But
Yeah.
anyway, sorry to interrupt.
I wonder what
here-
Hito's take.
So what I'm hearing is Doc's scared of lanterns.
Yes.
That being fair, this lantern in particular. Yeah.
That being said, Hudson, why do your things always keep getting burnt?
Well, don't carry me. We were walking around. I wasn't carrying everything. We had a hut.
Yeah, well, had been the key word there, Hudson.
I wasn't expecting it to be burnt down.
Why not?
Well, actually, I've got to do this before I get too carried away. Oh, let me tell you something.
Can I? Oh, what are you now? Oh, he's fiery.
He's summer.
What do you want to know about Kairos?
Look, I cast a subtle detect thoughts on your friend Kesabre here, and his thoughts sort of revealed that potentially Kairos operating maybe with Kesabre is the one that set the fire. So they did it on purpose, is all I'm saying. I don't know what that means to you, if there's some sort of retribution that needs to happen, or just let it slide. I don't know. Is that a sign of weakness if you let it slide? I don't know. Here.
So we've got... Yeah?
Dibs on Casabre.
Me
I'd
looks
rather-
disappointed.
We definitely don't let this slide. I mean, let me tell you something, little man.
All right, hang on. It's Hudson's call because this is his life, his plan.
An eye for an eye. Let's burn down his house with him inside it.
But
There is also nothing wrong
that's
with
not a
forgiving
good thing for a leader to do.
Okay, well, you stand over there and look at the tree, and we'll burn his house down with him inside of it.
I mean, what would a leader do in this sort of situation?
Well... You know, I trust you, Doc. We don't have any proof that he did it.
All right. So the first step is then to gather some proof.
Investigation.
Get to that mission.
I was gonna suggest that someone follow Kisabre or find Karis, but I don't know who that is. So.
Or do
I
we
can do
just let it... But
I
we
can
could
do it.
just
and
let it go, because if they have to resort to that, then they're not very good. And that means they're not leader material.
Yeah, but a good leader doesn't just let things go. If they burnt down the village, would you just be like, oh, dearie me, what a shame, all the children have been killed. Better let this one go.
One hut, no one else is hurt. Just a
And
few belongings are gone.
if I'm honest, I was observing your fellow townsfolk, Hudson, and I think they quite appreciated when you stepped in and helped them all and made sure everyone was safe and working together. So, if anything, you carried yourself, or you conducted yourself quite in a leaderly manner.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's
you
one
look a
sort
little,
of.
Thank you.
you look a little stressed.
Hito, you notice, Hito and Cow, you notice that a young Leonin woman decked out in armor that you had seen earlier in the festivities is leaning against a nearby building listening to you all. You recognize Kasiki.
Well, I'm going to continue with what I was
Yeah.
saying. You look a little stressed.
Love ignores.
So, I'm here. I find letting you down, and for you, it's a physical thing. So just slap me, and you'll feel better.
What?
Trust me, you'll feel better.
I don't know.
Oh, he's one of those ones.
I don't know if slapstick comedy's really the answer here.
I'll just
Ah.
wave it.
But you've done nothing. Why would I hit you?
I'm helping you relieve your stress.
Well, I feel like we should hit the person who burnt your house down and destroyed all your comics.
He doesn't want to, so I'm offering a different perspective.
It's not a case of I don't want to. Just that I have to be more responsible.
Okay. But I'm offering.
I just
for you
can't
to-
go and, without proof, I can't go and confront him.
He has a very good point, because I was just gonna go and confront.
Offering an outlet. I'm just here as an outlet. Just one little slap doesn't even have to be hard.
So,
Well,
what you're
look,
Why do you
saying,
want to get slapped so bad?
it's his kink, we don't talk about it.
That's what I thought.
So, does that mean if I don't hit him, it's better for him?
No, it's worse. You
I'm-
just want...
I'm confused now.
Look, the moral to the story is, someone burnt down your house and we need to bring the fury of right and justice to them.
Look, see, Cal seems to be, aggravated. Maybe you'll slap me as a demonstration.
Why don't we sleep on?
Can I hit the little man?
Yes, hit the little man.
You can hit Hito.
No, the little man wants it too much. I don't want to hit the little man anymore.
Hudson, how about a hug?
I
What you
could
gonna
do
do
with
here,
one of
mate?
those.
There you go. Budge will give Hudson a nice tight bear hug.
What's Kasiki got there? Let's go see what Kasiki.
She's just been listening to this. She's been listening to this whole
Kazuki.
conversation, and as you're like,
Remember that Kasiki and
as you turn around, Cal, and go, oh, I wonder what Kasiki's doing. She kind of pushes off of the building and kind of saunters over. Hudson, I'm sorry about your house. Your friends worked very hard
Thanks
on
for
it.
that. They did a good job too. I didn't consider that. My friends did something and someone's wrecked it on them. I'm not the only one being affected.
Well, no,
I mean, I'm alright. I'm
Had-
more worried about you.
Over
Hudson.
your shoulder, Hudson, you hear, burn them to the ground.
Hito's just jumping up and down beside you, waiting to get smacked.
I mean,
I'll smack him.
I admire that you're not going the path of just mindless vengeance, because, as you have said, you don't have proof, but I mean, you know how Kasabrai feels about you, even running for leader.
But that's will make me a better leader if I don't bow down to his level.
Well, that is all well and good, but if you need some more fuel into perhaps just following the lead of your own instincts, he hasn't just deprived your friends of the hard work they put into building the house. while you're not here, there were going to be people living in it. You know, they might have used it as a school for a while, until you were ready, should you win, to come back and live in the house.
See, Hudson? They destroyed a school. Will somebody please think of the children?
Well, I don't know if it would have been a school. It depends on what Shah Khan would have used for it, but that is just an example of what they would have done with this place.
Fine. Then we rebuild it.
Yay.
I was already thinking that, so that's fine with me. But Hudson.
But I mean that it's very noble, but she points at the charred piles of straw and wood near the building that was left. With what materials?
Lady, you
Oh, I've got
have
a
no
plan
idea
for
what
that.
Evan and the Kevin's gonna come.
We'll work on it. We can put our heads together and we can do this.
All right. I mean, I can help by... Is there anything that you want me to do? I don't feel right in not
Nobody's
helping.
going to hit you.
No one is.
Why do you
He
want to...
wants to be hit, apparently.
I backhand Tito.
All right.
Good enough to roll for?
You gotta roll... Yeah, you gotta roll an unarmed attack to hit him.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? You're standing there. Yeah, no, he doesn't need a roll because he hits you. You take 1 point of damage.
I do take the yes. And as you hit me and there's a slap, I disappear.
Craig is left for call.
It's a lovely feature I have that when I take damage as a reaction, I can turn invisible at no cost.
I don't know if I'm honestly mad
Oh
about this
my
outcome.
god, Cal killed Hito.
I'm sure he's floating around somewhere. So,
Hito!
Did you pop him like a bubble?
I did exactly what he wanted. I hit him.
Okay. And now he's gone.
how long does it last?
He had so
it-
much
it-
left
it-
in him.
It runs on the invisibility spell.
So an hour.
Yep. Unless I cancel it.
What a reaction there.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
hunting.
all right. Well, as weird as that was, Hudson, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, if it's gonna be used by people, you could help rebuild it.
All right, I can get my team to come and help. The sooner we get it built, the better. But
Exactly. And someone can move in.
of course, and it doesn't hurt
I
that.
mean, I suppose it would reflect well on the both of you that you work together to rebuild what has been destroyed.
Well, then, yes, exactly. It makes it.
I think it would also reflect poorly on Casabre if he does not help.
I mean, he already helped put out the fire.
I mean, if we're to believe, Doc, he helped start the fire too. We're not really awarding medals for that, are we?
I still agree with Hudson, though. What proof do you have beyond accusations and the fact that he thinks that Hudson is an outsider?
Well, I mean, he's also a complete and utter bag of dicks, and normally
That's
of
not
dicks
proof,
tend to
but
do-
it's motivation, which is look, we can find proof. All we need to do is find this other fella, Kairos. Either get him to
Kairos?
confess, or
Kairos is part of Casabre's team.
well, there you go.
Is he the funny-looking one or the ugly one?
Kairos is,
Contemplative one.
yes, the contemplative one. That's one for you, Cal.
I turn
It's
to
in-
Hudson. I'm like, Hudson,
Yeah, it's in
it's a little bit difficult to trash talk them if you keep being polite to them. If they did burn down the house, we want to know that we got an adequate amount of trash talking before we proved it. And if they didn't burn down the house, they're never going to know we talked all this shit anyway.
Does that usually work for you in making friends and influencing people?
Oh, I don't know. Never.
Are any of us sneaky enough to sort of listen in real close to people's conversation? Is Hito still invisible,
Yes.
by the way? Are any of us sneaky enough?
Why nobody else
To-
has said he is dead?
Just
I didn't know if he'd agree with it. Is any of us sneaky enough to get close to them? Because I have sending stones, so you know you could take one sending stone and.
I think
hold it
Hito.
down
I
so
think
we can get
Hito.
there.
No, Hito. You already said you left,
Yes, I did.
so you
I
don't
already
get a
said
sending
that.
stone.
I've gone. I've gone hunting.
You've gone hunting.
I'm asking the rest. I'm asking whoever's here then.
I mean,
Maybe I'm sneaky. I don't know. I should look at this.
out
Nope.
of character with a +7 be sneak.
You're a rogue,
of
sir.
character.
Out of character. You are the rogue, sir. This is literally your whole job. You had one job, Cal. One job.
But my second job was okay. Well, I also watched Craig walk off. He wasn't quite as stealthy as he.
He's
thinks he was.
invisible. Oh, I just see him.
I'm invisible. I might be leaving footprints behind that he can see.
Let's
that's-
also
You
point.
rolled a 4.
Let's point
no, I didn't.
out. As
Craig's going.
We all
sneaky,
hear him
sneaky,
walk.
sneaky,
let's
sneaky.
also point out, Cal, you can open small portals in which
Oh my
to
God,
eavesdrop
you
on
can't do.
people.
We forgot
yeah.
about his powers.
I mean, he forgot about his power. That is his
Anyway,
whole
yeah.
job. You had one job, my dude.
I'm too busy mourning another friend.
This is what happens when we,
Budge just-
this is what happens when we take a week
I
off.
let it happen.
Budge just lays down in the dirt. The uckers pick him up and go put him on a bed of reeds, float him out into the middle of the oasis.
That being said,
I would like to.
Doc
grab
still
Bud.
asked that question, and I don't know who responds, but he asked it.
You really don't have a doctorate, do you?
What is that supposed to mean, Cal?
I think
Instead
I've
of
proven
never ending game.
time and time again. I've proved that, you know, a little bit of stealth is kind of what I'm here for.
Oh yeah, kind of like that inn, very stealthy.
Look, it's hard to be stealthy when the building's burning down around you.
You and I both know what really happened.
I know, the giant minotaur burnt down
I
the inn.
mean-
What a terrible time it was.
I mean, Hudson, if you would like, I can take your stealthy friend to where Casabrai's team is boarding for the night, if you would like.
And Hudson, would you like to take the other sending stone to your clan's leader, just in case, or someone
hey,
else that is trusted?
Team, can we just, can we have a little team huddle just over here out of earshot for a second?
Excuse us. for a
All
second.
right.
Look,
Take a knee.
I'm gonna be honest here, team. I'm happy to burn down the house with everyone in it. But I'm
What?
not.
We're not burning down any more houses, Cal.
It's a metaphor. Just settle down for a sec. I'm not very keen on going.
I don't care who it's meant for.
Fair point. I'm not keen on going into literally the lion's den by myself. For all we know, she's been.
Oh, you're going with her?
Them. I don't know
You
her.
could escape. You got portals.
Yeah, there'll be fucking 4 of them, if not her team too. I don't
They
know.
know what you can do. They'll be kind of surprised when you just go zip. He's gone. I mean, he has a point. Like, I don't know, Hudson, how much you trust her. And
You
I
know what, Budge? If I die,
over at
I'd
our
just like you
friends.
to know that it was Doc's fault.
Oh god, please not another one.
But okay, Budge, look, and I point to the tracks. I'm like, look, Hito's just invisible. He's just playing a trick. He'll be
Gal,
back.
there were like 50 people on this beach. What's one set of tracks supposed to do for me?
Honestly, Budge, just look. He's just a little fella. Look at those little tiny feet. Look at that little fella, just leaving little tiny footprints in the
Who's
sea.
little
one
fella?
of the kids?
He's just a little guy.
Think of the children.
You slapped him and he died.
Budge, you've
You
seen
slapped
me.
him and he died.
You've seen me punch people before. Have I ever?
I've
made-
never seen you slap anyone. Apparently your palm is really strong.
Oh my god, he's so traumatized.
I've let it happen again.
Budge.
Hang on. You can do portals. Did you slap him into another dimension or something?
No, I didn't slap him into another Jesus.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
hell.
even worse, he slapped him into
That's
another dimension.
a reasonable assumption.
God fucking damn it, Tito. Remind me never to slap the fucking midget again.
Well, considering the last time you were in the desert, Cal, you also lit up like a Christmas tree in the middle of the night and, you know, saw weird shit and that was
Bygones
observed.
be bygones. Bygones be bygones.
Anyway, this is
All
when
right.
this hut rebuilt. I'm gonna go start.
Yeah. Us faffing about ain't gonna get nothing done.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm going with the lion lady to be fed to a whole bunch of other lion people, and it's going to be a great time for everyone involved.
Take Kevin with you.
Hudson, is Kasiki trustworthy in this sort of situation?
Hey, Doc, Hudson trusts everyone.
Yeah.
Do you trust Kasabre?
Even though he's a wally, I don't see him doing that.
This is more like criminal behavior, and I point at the literal arson job behind us.
Doc, I might as well have just asked Budge if I... Hey, Budge,
Yeah, I mean, fair.
do you trust this lady?
Nice.
Alright, well, I get your point.
You know, fuck it, let's... In for a penny.
It's
in
your
for a
call,
pound.
Cal,
No,
if you're comfortable or not, it's your call.
We're here to fucking ball, let's do this. That's a term from my world, that's...
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
I
fucking
mean,
ball.
Hudson, did you want me to give this other stone to your, Shah Khan, or is that a bad call? Or is there someone else that's
Well-
trustworthy?
He might see it as invasion of privacy as well.
Yeah, okay.
So...
Maybe we just scrap that plan and just rebuild then. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Hold on, how
Ah.
about we burn the hut down? Counter offer.
We're not burning anything down, Cal. What the hell?
I don't need to burn anything down.
You burnt an inn down, Cal.
I
Is what now?
fucking prove it.
Oh, Hudson realized it. I mean, sorry, Doc. I'm Doc. Doc realized he just slipped because I don't think we ever admitted that to anyone before.
You fucking shut your mouth. The Minotaur did it and everyone knows it.
When in yes,
Thank you so much.
exactly, Rosewood. When in doubt, burn everything down.
I miss my boy Andrew.
Miss Hito.
Fine, I didn't slap him into another dimension, I promise.
So, Cal, are you going to go with the waiting Kasiki, who is waiting very patiently and quietly, demurely to one side, looking at you with interest?
I would like to point out, I turn around, I give her a cheesy thumbs up and a smile, and I turn back to Hudson, and I'm like, hey, she could definitely fucking hear us over here, can't she?
Probably, yeah.
All right, Hudson. Can we just let it be your call which way we should go, like handle this? Because
You are the one in the chief running, I don't...
Well, I think we just rebuild.
I'm down. Let's do it.
That'll show
I
them
do
that
think.
we cannot be bullied.
All right. I go over to Kasiki. You asked if we could, if you could help us.
Of course. I
Could
think,
you help?
of course, I would help. I think that it should be fair. If Casabrai is going to win or lose, it should be on his own merit, not because he is sabotaging somebody that he's afraid of.
That is a very reasonable perspective.
My mama said cheaters never prosper.
My mama said, laugh, stock.
It's not just that, Hudson. You're better than him, and he knows it. If he thinks he can win just by cheating.
Then
Can I
he'll
ask
give himself
you?
away.
Yeah. Well, actually, Hudson, interesting. My mama said that if you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. So I think they got some similar lessons to teach us.
And let's be honest, I would like to see myself as the leader, but if it's Hudson,
There it is.
I want the best leader for our people. If that is Hudson, then so be it. If it is me, then also so be it. but it should be earned.
So, I mean, just to real quickly play a little bit of devil's advocate, what's stopping you from burning down the house and then blaming it on Big Boy, and then Hudson and Big Boy get into a bit of an argument, and then you come out
Because
on top while
what do
everyone's
I get from denying my people a facility like this in the middle of a harsh desert? We don't have the resources to waste. I was
Yeah,
a
exactly what she said.
I'm
teenager.
satisfied right now, so.
I was a teenager when Hudson came to our village. I saw what it was like for him the last few years. Casabrai and his friends were very mean. He might not look like us, but he is one of us.
So, did they always
Thank
pick
you.
on Hudson?
Of course.
So there was a point in time where there was a teenage Leonin walking around picking on a literal toddler.
They didn't think he should be here, and they made fun of him because Atram took him in.
Hey, Budge, does that sit right with you, bullying toddlers?
I think it's right with Budge anymore. But
I think
also,
Budge is broken.
Budge doesn't have a good track record with kids.
This whole group doesn't, let's be honest. It's not just Budge. Hito, Doc.
Budge can't say.
Cal has it wonderful.
Yes. I don't know how much, but Hudson would have told you about what it was like growing up. I mean, it passed so quickly for him, and, well, most of us were old enough to remember. But Casabrai took every opportunity to make fun of him, because Shar Khan seemed to favor him, and he was adopted by Atram. And of course, they made fun of him for that, because, well, only someone who couldn't have children would take on a child like him. I didn't think it was right.
So you're telling me they picked on him about being adopted, but they didn't pick on him about his crooked beak or his feathers that don't match, or the way his
But
toes
what?
are real Nothing.
Why?
Nothing at all.
Why would... I mean, he doesn't
Hudson
look...
does a quick run down to the oasis.
He doesn't look like any of the Arakokra we have around here. We
I'm
mostly...
just playing Hudson.
You hurt his feelings.
You've damaged the boy.
Taking it.
You're perfect just the way you are.
Hudson, you're a pretty birdie, I promise.
Oh, jeez. Who's a pretty
Who's a
boy?
pretty birdie?
Who's a pretty boy?
Who's a pretty boy? I am.
God. He doesn't look like any of the Arakokra we get around here. Mostly we get the
Like
vultures.
the ostrich kind or... Oh, vultures.
Vultures, the cassowary.
We get fucking cassowaries around here.
Yeah, they're quite vicious, aren't they?
And we've been wandering the fucking desert, and there's cassowaries out here.
Yes,
We need to be more careful.
the cassowary Arakokra clans are very territorial. We don't go near them very often. Occasionally to trade, but it is after we have, sent many missives and letters with them to make sure that we could agree on a date and time, lest their warriors be irate.
There's nothing wrong with my beak.
Listen, I was just playing.
He's teasing you, Hudson.
I like the fact that Clint came in from the bottom of the screen. We occasionally get some of the parrot Arakokra through here as well from the Oasis, Oasis Lagoon and things like that.
I mean, I guess it's pretty rare to get an Aarakocra who could bench press a small camel, so that's pretty impressive.
I mean, the cassowary kick like a mule, so... But also, they made fun of him because, he showed up in an oasis.
But they're in an oasis.
They're just jealous of.
No,
It sounds more and more like
No,
they are.
I no, what I mean is, where did the chest come from? There's no sea, there's no river. It's not attached to anything, and it just appeared. Like a proverbial prophet in the stories. Of course, Casabrai, who already felt like he wasn't living up to his potential, and was hoping that Shah Khan would take him on as an apprentice. In comes this child who was gifted by the gods of the lagoon. And then Shah Khan doted on him.
Oh, so it's he's quite insecure about his position.
Well,
Probably.
he always saw Shah Khan, many of us did, as a father-like figure. And then,
Wouldn't that make Hudson Black his brother, sort of thing?
I mean, jealousy is a terrible thing for siblings to have. I have heard lots of stories from travelers about older brothers getting upset when younger siblings come along, even in adopted families. There are a lot of older siblings who end up feeling insecure. Don't look at me like that. You started this, Craig.
So he's just a little lion man, just a little fella, just a little guy, just trying to run his little tribe. Little man, little feelings. Or little man, big feelings,
Oh.
technically. Yeah.
Yes, we have a very prominent song about that
man.
in our...
About the little lion man.
Exactly, yes.
Yes, I've heard the tale of the little lion man, if I'm honest.
Budge loves that one.
It's by Mudman.
It's like so well known.
Budge prefers it's not a live version.
But
Is Budge like a walking jukebox?
hey, Stitch, you put his finger on a music disc and open his mouth and just...
Pull Budge's finger. No, don't pull Budge out. It's only one note over and over again.
But,
Tell for a really long time.
I mean, it's not to say anything to defend Casabrai's actions. He was a teenager. But the fact that he still feels like he has to compete with Hudson is ridiculous. They are built different. They bring different things to the table. I mean,
Very wise.
I am afraid.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I am afraid for the last part of the challenges, though.
Oh, please, what is the last part of the challenge?
Well, after we go out and prove all of the traits, we have to bring back artifacts and things to prove that we have shown that we have enacted the abilities that would make us a good leader, protection and knowledge and being able to provide, being a good teacher, being able to mediate and things like this. And then the final challenge, the 9th challenge. We have to come back and fight Shah Khan.
I kind of look forward to that.
Like a one-on-one sort of situation, or
Yes.
what's up, Hudson? Enjoy that. I believe that
I
you.
will.
I'm
It's a
worried.
great honour.
I believe it, you, Hudson. You can do it.
But Hudson, I'm worried. I think that's what Casabrai is counting on. I'm worried you will hold back. After what happened.
It'll be a fair fight.
Wait,
If it was
what
a
happened?
if it was a
No,
fair
can I
fight,
stop?
Hudson, you would use your talents.
Do
No.
not use your talons.
No.
Why would you
Why?
not? Why would you not? We have claws, you have talents. Why would you not use them?
I mean, I think
It's too dangerous. I can't. No.
Listen, part of being an adventurer is dangerous. being the leader of a clan is dangerous. I'm sure the big man understands that.
You don't need to necessarily kill everything.
You
Hudson,
don't
Yeah,
have to kill everything.
Hudson, to be a good leader, sometimes you have to make a hard decision. Sometimes it is more merciful to take a life.
Also,
Just
maiming
don't
is
like
okay.
using them.
Um,
Hold on,
well-
are we ta-
Nope, I'm gonna let that go. Continue. Scott, maiming them is okay. What the fuck, Scott?
I mean, I don't agree with that. But also, are we talking about killing Shah Khan, or are we talking about beating?
Oh, no,
him?
no. It is basically to whoever concedes first. But Shah Khan is not going to hold back. He will hurt you, Hudson, if you hesitate.
And that'll just prove I'm not a worthy leader.
Hudson, he wants to see who is willing to do whatever it takes to protect our people.
Can I just clarify one thing? Did you say it's whoever sort of can fight till the end, or is it a fight to the death, or who can last the longest?
Who can last the longest before conceding? It is not to the death.
I've seen Hudson fight, and he can take a hit, or 50. So maybe it's just about
I should hope
lasting
so.
longer.
Yeah, but Doc, a good leader doesn't just take hits. They protect their village.
I can protect without killing.
You don't have to kill to. You have to use everything in your availability, but to protect the things you care about.
Then, Hudson, I hope, whatever happens in the next year, you find a way to
Completely forgot this thing lasted a year.
uphold the standards that you are putting on yourself. Because I fear if you fail, any less will break you.
And so it is. My burden, carry.
Well, if we're going to do this, am I taking your friend to just go and inspect? Find out what is going on over in Shah Khan's camp.
It's up to Cal. If he wants to, he can. If not, keep building.
I mean, do you want proof that he did this? Because if he did, what does it not matter?
At the end of the day, Hudson, these are your trials. If you don't want me to go, I won't go. But would you be able to sleep at night, not knowing whether or not he is sabotaging your community's chance of growing, of prospering?
Just wish there was a better way to find out.
Well, how about we find a better way then? We can hold off on this. We can always do this another time.
We could always elicit a confession at a later date.
But always just ask.
Yeah, that's fair point.
Budge is quite.
Correct.
I can't argue with it. He could just ask.
Hmm.
Meanwhile,
Is this tough to be decisions? Oh,
as Hudson laments on that, Hato, you have snuck away.
Yes.
Snuck's a very strong word.
I mean, Cal knows you left. He kind of he could figure out your beady little footprints in the sand as you tiptoed away.
For like
Yeah, does
literally
anyone
everyone's
have-
passive perception heard that.
As you say, does anyone have a passive perception lower than 4?
No.
He didn't roll a
He's
4, he
a
rolled a
natural level.
13.
Oh, does he have advantage?
Yes, he's invisible.
That doesn't mean you have advantage on things to be heard though. That's only seen.
He still has to. He still rolled a stealth, and it's at advantage.
Oh,
Does
okay.
anyone have? Yes.
And
Oh, Budge. What do you think I've been playing with? Gimmick, brother.
My passive is 16 anyway.
My big fella, my big little man.
I mean, Cal had rolled a perception, so. And Cal,
I figured out how to roll to GM.
yeah, Cal did roll a perception. So Cal, you did see
Didn't have that one at
Hito.
the beginning.
You did see indicators that Hito had left. So that's what you need to know. But Hito, where are you going?
Oh,
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
off to our
From
friend
Hito Joe.
Castabray.
Okay,
Where
so
did you come from? Hito.
So, Hito, you are sneaking up on the brooding figure of Casabrai Thuvis.
Rose could definitely gonna hear you.
Let's
I
see,
believe
is he
in
gonna
you, Hito.
is he gonna hear you? Let's have a look. Oh, he does not.
Hito's gonna be so happy when he gets stomped on by Leonin. He's like, oh, more.
Okay, so Hito, you follow Casabrai back to where there are a number of small, well put together tents. You can see that there is a small fire in the center of them, as you can see Casabrai's team sitting around doing various things. One of them seems to be reading a spell book of some description. Another is sharpening his sword. You can see the one that the others had pointed. I don't think you actually have seen Kairos yet, have you? No. And you can see a third gentleman who is sitting there reclining. He looks pretty smug. He looks happy with himself. He's got a bottle of beer sitting next to him in the sand as he's warming himself next to the fire as Kairos relaxes in the sand, and as Casabrai approaches, the group kind of waves to him as he enters. You watch as he himself goes over to, it appears to be a small chest of some description, and sit down in the sand next to Kairos. Well, the house is gone. Kairos kind of looks at him, kind of nods a little. It's a pity. It was a nice house. Yes, pity it was built by outsiders. Of course they would bring their style here. Doesn't look anything like what our people would build. It stands out as different. It's almost like he doesn't respect our traditions, our buildings, our heritage. What do you think he's going to be like as a leader? You watch as the one who's reading a spellbook, Hito. Oh, not opening. There we go. He has kind of darker leathers on. He has very bright blue eyes. He kind of gives a bit of an annoyed sigh. Well, I don't know. Maybe he could bring some new ideas. Tradition is all well and good, but without traders, we wouldn't have things like this. And he holds up the spellbook, Hito. You recognize the symbols down the spine. It appears to be a collection of draconic runes. Or lizard folk runes.
Yep. I'm just seeing if they incriminate themselves first. Besides, Peter's not silly enough to take all of this group on at once?
Oh, please do. It would be like a mouse being chased by a herd of cats.
Oh, I have a plan. Oh boy, do I have a plan.
That terrifies me.
I mean, the problem is it's changed a little now that there's a little spell book that Hito wants.
Of course.
Cat
Fireball everything except for the ball.
Cassabrai kind of looks at him and snorts. Kahar, I know you have enjoyed looking after the magic and learning new things, but those runes, they're ancient. Where did you find them anyway? Oh, I found them in a set of ruins to the north of the oasis. They showed up like 3 weeks ago. It led through a maze. It was odd. It felt weird. It's a pity these trials are on. I would like to go and have a look rather than helping you build a hut. But, you know, I promised to help and all that kind of stuff. But the place was weird. It felt... I mean, you know when you're having a dream and you are finding yourself walking in a hallway and you kind of can see windows on every side and you can see things happening through the windows, but you kind of feel like you're not part of it, like you're inside the house while everybody is outside watching. It's weird. I felt it 2 nights ago too, the same feeling. Ever since I started reading this, there was something weird out in the desert a few nights ago. The whole place lit up like stars. Every hut had little pinpricks of light in it.
Every hut had little pricks in it.
And in the sky, out in the desert, there was a being.
Why do I break everything I touch?
It was holding strings that touched everything. Watching. And then... It was so weird, Cassabrai. I know there are lots of weird things out of the desert, and Chaltea does lots of weird things, bringing people to where their heart desires, but this thing, it must have been 12 feet tall, bright white with threads leading everywhere. And all of a sudden it made a noise, like this silent screeching, as something caught its attention. But then all the threads flickered and the vision vanished. Whatever it was, Cassabrai, I'm worried it was looking for something. You're pointing down. Is there something I need to look at?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, Cal's down. Cal's down there. he's sweating. He's sweating over there.
So what's the deal with airline?
I mean, Cassabrai, I know that the trials are going on, but ever since I started looking into this and the gods that built this place, I don't know. I've started to see stuff. I started to notice things like stars going out. Starting to see threads. Almost like you're on one page of a book and turning it and seeing what's between the pages. Maybe maybe what Hudson brings to the tribe might help us weather whatever this is. You watch as Casabrai just is like, nope, just completely shuts down. He's like, you're being ridiculous. There has always been stories about things out in the desert. Nothing to worry about. If you see it, you don't. If you hear it, you don't. You know how this works.
Dude, Casabrai could be in the American police force. What
No,
are you doing
he's
here?
in Appalachia.
You see anything illegal? No.
You don't.
You see corruption? No, you don't.
You watch as Casabrai is like, he throws his beer to one side, he gets up, storms over to Kahur, pulls him up by his shirt. If you feel that way, you better not betray me, Kahur. We are in this for a year now. You are on my side. Or you can get out and I will replace you. Go join that feathered bird brain. You'd fit right in. Just another misfit outcast. And he lets him go and he falls into the dirt. You watch as Kahur picks up his book, this book that he's been holding very tenderly. He kind of brushes it off, holds it to himself as he gets up and goes to his tent. You see the flap close, Hito. What would you like to do?
I hate it when you know, what would your character do? I gotta go to that tent.
Okay.
On the way, is there like any poisonous scorpions or something like that?
Roll me a survival.
He finds a desert viper.
Oh, that'd be nice.
We'll see.
Survival. Damn it.
I mean, you hear as it is reasonably, tepid here, next to the oasis. You do, as you're looking around, you don't find any scorpions or anything like this. However, you do hear the of a rather large fat cicada on one of the bushes next to you.
A what?
A cicada.
Cicada.
Here we go again.
It's okay. I'll give you this, Ty. I learned that the way that you say the breed of sausage dog this week is actually Dachshund.
What?
It's Dachshund. It's not Dachshund. It's
That's
Dachshund.
wrong.
Nope.
That's wrong. Not in my world.
Sorry, it's Dachshund if you want to be real particular, but
No, that's not my world either. You know what?
I used to believe that's canon.
Yeah, it's not. That is not a canon event.
Okay, anyway.
anyway, continue.
Anyway. Alright, well.
Anyway.
You found a cicada.
That's not gonna help me.
If only someone could make it huge.
No, do not encourage. We don't need this again in
I've already
any of
done
my
that.
campaigns.
Alright.
If only someone could summon a swarm of insects.
Ooh,
I can do that already, but it's not
Enough
gonna
to
be
kill
enough.
a small child, maybe.
I know, you fucking killed someone already.
Okay, what do you do,
One of
Hito?
these, but
What do you do,
Alright.
Hito?
I find no poisonous creatures, so I'm like, that plan's out the window. I'm gonna go check the other tents. I'm looking for Casabray's tent.
Roll me a stealth.
Roll me a new character.
Yeah, that's coming shortly. I hope you are able to get this soon.
Dude, I found Bonjela in the fridge and I burnt my tongue on a hot coffee a few days ago. And it
Now,
was,
you put it on you put it on your tongue, and now it's gone numb. I can hear it.
I put so much on my tongue.
That's good.
I will give you a warning. Do not overdo it. You will give yourself diarrhea.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Didn't Bonjela recently just get like recalled or something from supermarkets?
Well, it's been in
no.
the fridge for God knows how long, so...
You have
I think
to.
they're reclassifying it as a different type of drug or something.
Yeah. Anyway, that aside.
I'm
So Hito, you creep around. You go over to the. It doesn't take much to figure it out because Casabrai, he goes over to the chest outside of one of the tents, which you very quickly assume is his. As he picks up another bottle of beer, opens it with a, and goes and sits down.
Okay. Well, knowing which one it is, I go in there.
Yep, you sneak in.
I take nibbles off.
I will say you sneak in as you kind of time it as Casabrai sits down with a shuffling clatter of his armor. You time it just to get that sound of canvas on canvas fabric as you slide in. And you take...
Is that tactical military skit on YouTube?
You can tell us about it later. You take nibbles off your back. And as you do so and put him on the floor, he becomes visible.
Yeah, I know. And buddy, need to change shape into... And I point to Casabray's pillow.
You watch as Nibbles kind of opens many of his half dozen eyes or so, glances across at it. You watch as his little face scrunches up. And very quickly you see that there is a very plush-looking feather pillow with 6 eyes and a small mouth where the seam is.
When you feel someone lay on you, bite. And I'm going to put him in the place of the pillow, and I'm going to take Casabray's pillow, and I'm going to hold it.
Yep.
And wait.
You hear a moment where, as you put him down, you hear Nibbles just like... He's giving a little purr as he's quite comfortable settling in before he gets real quiet. He stops shifting into place so he's got the perfect curves in the fabric, the folds where Casabray's head had been, so he looks identical, and he just freezes, looking completely indistinguishable from a pillow.
Hey, Scott, just out of curiosity, what would happen in this exact scenario if someone wasn't to come to bed for over an hour?
If someone wasn't to come to bed.
Yeah, if invisibility was to run out and there was just a short man standing in someone's bed.
Holding a pillow over his naked little body.
I mean, that's definitely some sort of criminal offence right there, you know? You'd be put on some sort of list there, you know?
Okay, so Hito, what are you doing now you're holding the pillow, the invisible pillow?
Trying to work out how much time I've got left.
By now, it's easily been about 20-25 minutes.
I'm going to push it to its limits.
Okay.
So when I get to about 50, if he doesn't come in, I'll put the pillow back and I'll grab Nibbles again and I'll get out of there.
Okay, so before you do that, because you've got some time to wait, back with the rest of the group. Rewinding time a little bit. Kasiki is still waiting for your answer, Cal.
Oh, I gave it's completely Hudson's decision.
And I believe Hudson went, "It's Cal's decision," throwing it back to you, good sir.
Yep.
And Hudson said that he thought there was a better way to do this and he didn't think it was the right time to do it. So I am not...
Do it, you coward.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, the problem is I'm Summer and I'm full of vengeance and hatred. And
Oh, he is.
You're full of passion, and not vengeance and hatred. You're full of passion and the spice of life.
I'm also
Passion
very...
leads to certain things.
Yeah.
I'm very spiteful too. I hold a grudge.
You realise that's what passion is. Passion is just very violent emotions.
Oh, I have very strong emotions. Doc's pretty set. Look, Hudson, I'm gonna go. If I'm not back, please come and save me before I get eaten by your friends, your pals. Please.
They wouldn't eat you.
Why? Do you not think I'm edible?
I mean, they might
No?
beat you to a pulp.
That sounds pretty fucking
They wouldn't
disastrous.
eat you.
I mean,
Just maim him.
In Casabrai's
Okay.
group, you're not really any of their type. If you're
I
interested in someone, I can introduce you to Sibosh.
I don't know who that is. We can discuss it on the walk over, and I grab the stone.
It's this guy.
out of,
For you.
oh, I do.
I think she's misunderstanding what kind of eating we're talking about here.
I believe so, but I grab the stone out of Doc's hand and I look him dead in the eye and I'm like, if you hear me scream for help, you better fucking come.
Oh, you do that
I
too?
will.
Do you have a code word?
Yeah, it's holy fuck, I'm being attacked by lion men.
That's a very long code word. Normally it's
What if
something
what
like
if you need a-
pineapple or Jenga or I don't know.
That's what I use.
I
Pineapple.
I personally, because it's usually out there and it's something that you don't use in common, I just usually say something really random that people don't expect me to say, like whatever first thing comes to mind, which can be very bad. I do recommend having a set one. This means that you're not yelling out butt plug in the middle of the classroom.
That's probably
That is quite random.
I don't know how you possibly ever thought that would come up naturally in conversation.
I mean, you haven't seen some of the conversations or the people I've talked to.
If your canoe springs a leak, it'll sink, but plug
Plug.
it with.
Yeah.
No!
Bastard.
Oh
And then
dear.
plug it or Steve/Kevin.
Oh no, not again.
Ah,
Here, I'm just having dinner, so I've just.
it's okay.
What have you got, Steve? Show me what you've got. Show me.
Okay.
I love this for me.
You got some what?
I'll have to
Hungry Jacks.
Oh, and I
stitch
can't. Now I'm
those
not
together.
allowed to see you eat. This is fucking bullshit.
I
Okay.
didn't like us talking about
Well,
weird things.
did we decide on a code word?
I mean, how about?
He said, "Holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm being
how-
attacked by lion."
How about if I yell? I don't fucking know. What's a good
Help.
Sassafras.
What again?
Sassafras. I'm never gonna be able to fucking.
Your friend is a cowboy. Maybe he wants some sassafras.
Okay. How about if I
More
say
like South
cowboy?
Gorilla.
How about if I say
Cowboy.
fucking cowboy?
Cowboy.
You come and
Cowboy,
save
yeah.
me. How does that sound?
Ride 'em, cowboy?
I would personally go with yeehaw
Okay.
or
fucking-
riding cowboy.
No, you know what?
Oh,
Yeehaw
oh,
is-
I know a favorite one. My grandmother used to say this very sarcastically to my grandfather. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Whoop-de-fucking do exactly. It's fucking yeehaw. Let's get a move on. We can't be here all fucking day.
All right, well,
We've got to
I'm
ask
just
this
like,
to catch.
I'll give. I don't know if I already gave it, but I'll give Cal one of the sending stones.
no, he's already got it,
The
yeah.
other one handled. Okay, yeah.
All right, so you take the sending stone, and Cal, you head off with Kasiki, leaving Hudson,
Yeah,
Doc,
so you
and
get to
Budge.
wave and, stay by the phone, darling. I miss being able to shapeshift.
All right.
So, on that note, as you are led away, we're going to just take a quick 5-minute break. It would have been nice if the stream did it. The cut on time, yeah. But otherwise, we're just going to take a quick 5-minute break to go to the bathroom, get a drink of water or whatever beverage of choice, get something to eat or snack if you want the snacky snacks, and we will see you back in 5 minutes. See you then, guys. welcome back, everybody, to Ignition Point for the second half, by the time I smoosh these together for YouTube. But I hope you had a good break. I hope you got snacky snacks, got a drink, got to go to the bathroom, all that jazz. It would have hopefully been a great time for you. This got really awkward, everybody. I apologise.
This is weird.
Hope you enjoyed your trip to the toilet.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. What is it in Japan?
Did I
Like,
ever?
Hey, I don't know how cool you've painted your bathroom. That's not on me. If you want to have a cool bathroom, go for it. It is inevitably the room that you end up spending. I got hangry at 4 a.m. You get busted out the emergency Chipotle. Of course you did. You got hangry at 4 a.m. So,
Who are you
jeez.
getting hangry at?
Probably us. Let's be honest.
Oh no, just the world.
So, it'll be great. So, if we jump in right away with where we left off, Cal, you are being led over to Casabrai's camp by Kasiki. About halfway, she kind of starts to move a bit slower, a bit quieter. You watch as her ears twitch. And then she stops, spins around, looks at you, Cal, with a glare, squinting glare up and down.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I
Gonna
fucking
make the moves on him.
You have silent sandals.
I do indeed, yes.
I didn't... Where did you get them?
I found them in the oasis, guarded by a giant angry robot spider.
That is a relief. I thought you were going to be noisy as all heck.
No, that's why I offered to come.
I don't know your abilities. I don't know where Hudson found you. Jeez.
It's on the street.
After he fell through a portal from another dimension.
Oh,
I'm not there.
So... Alright, well, now I don't have to worry about you, as long as you don't breathe too hard or stink too bad. So,
I don't stink at all.
that's your perception.
I feel like that's the only perception.
I mean, if that's what you want to convince yourself that so that you don't die alone, sure.
Oh, jeez.
You really know my number, don't you?
I don't know. Earlier, you were a different color.
Yeah. You get that on the big jobs.
Is this a big job for you? I would hate to see your small jobs then.
Oh, plenty of small jobs going around. Venture's got to keep busy.
I'm sure they do. Anyway,
You're not gonna betray me when we get over here, are you?
why would I betray you?
Just making sure.
Okay, no. Look, first of all, we have to cover this because I can't take you in there and just leave you to it because it will be on my head if something happens to your weak, fragile little body. So, why would you think that I'm going to betray you?
I don't know. I'm just not a very trusting fellow.
Who hurt you?
Lots of people. It's a whole thing. We don't really have the time to go through it all. Just know that my distrust is warranted, okay?
Okay. Weird, but okay. Well, Hudson trusts me, and I trust Hudson, so why wouldn't you trust me? Or don't you trust Hudson?
Look, the point of the matter is, both Hudson and Budge fall into a very niche category, which is we trust everybody whether or not they deserve it. I tend to believe you need to sort of earn a bit of trust.
Yes, but to get trust, you need to give trust. You're acting very suspicious.
Suspicious about what? You're not going to give me the whole to get respect you've got to give respect bullshit too, are you?
Well, if you want to turn it around, how do I know that you're not going to go in there and turn around and rat me out for trying to help Hudson?
Because at the end of the day,
Why should I trust you? I don't know you.
that's fair. Very fair. But this is a competition between you, Hudson, and Tall, Dark, and Angry. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to sabotage anyone's chances of running, I don't know, for chieftain. It's your own thing. I'm not here to ruin that.
But it affects Hudson, so don't you care?
No, I care, but I also, as someone who's spent a bit of time with Hudson lately, I believe he's got this in the bag. So why would I bother sabotaging that in any way, shape, or form? I believe he's strong enough to win this on his own merits. He doesn't need...
Oh, I don't know, because you don't want to lose a friend, an adventurer. What do you think being chieftain will mean for him?
I don't know, he gets a big house and gets to boss some people around, maybe?
And he has to stay and protect the village. So if you had a reason to sabotage, it's because you don't want to lose your friend.
I'm not very good with loss, but also I'm not very good with, you know, taking away things people care about and then pretending that it wasn't me who did it. Look, if I'm going to be real honest with you, darling, we've got bigger fish to fry. The whole world's coming to an end eventually, so, you know...
Wait, what do you mean?
You know,
No,
world's ending.
what do you mean the world is ending?
I mean that there's powerful forces at play, like, you know, goddess of fucking shit up, and she's on her way here, and that's one of the things we've got
Wait.
to stop.
What? The gods are displeased with us?
Not, the gods aren't displeased with you.
You just said that they're on their way here to fuck shit up.
They're gods. You can't. There's no
How come
rhyme
you
or
ha-
reason.
What are we doing looking into Casa Brai then? Why are you not talking to Shar Khan about the fact there is a god literally coming to destroy the world?
Because we can't just go around and put things out of order. There's
Oh,
still-
you mean the part where, you know, we can actually come together collectively as a group and get powerful adventurers together to try and stop the god from, you know, doing that? I like this world. I live in it. I want it to exist.
that's a
Don't
fair
you
point.
live here? Don't you want it to exist?
I mean, I want it to exist. I sort of reside here at the moment, but
What, you're planning on taking a vacation somewhere else? Oh, I suppose, yes, when you're dead, I suppose you can go through the hells and then onto the death planes, I guess, if you want to live somewhere else. But fuck reincarnation. Where are you going to go?
I feel like you're really raising your voice right now, and we're meant to be
Oh,
being
I
quiet.
don't know. A strange little man just told me a god is on their way here.
Hold on a second, I'm not little. Why do you keep saying that?
Because you're littler than me, little man.
Well, that's not hard. You're ginormous. Do you know how tall you are?
Yes, I do know how tall I am, and I mean, well, yes.
I'm a stringy little elf. You're a strong, tall, capable lion woman. Of course there's gonna be differences.
Look, if that is the case, and there is some kind of apocalypse coming, what are we doing here? Like specifically here. Why are we looking at the Casa Brai? Why are we not telling our leaders?
Because we can't just go around spreading panic everywhere we go.
You don't
What
have to.
could or could
Oh
not
my
happen?
god! You don't have to spread panic. You talk to the leader of the clan. You talk to important people.
And do what? And every leader's gonna have a different plan, and every man's gonna have a different dog, and a whole bunch of people are gonna end up dying that don't need to die. When we can deal with this the way we're dealing with it within
So
the Adventure
talk to your leaders.
Guild. We're in.
No, your leaders. Why can't you talk to, you know, your cowboys' leaders? I don't know where the robot's from, but does he have robot overlords?
No, Budge just sort of has Budge.
Well,
I mean, there's some fish, but it's a story for another day.
so
No fish really have.
do you not know?
dictatorships.
Do you not have anyone you trust that you could go to? Not even. Why would you not let? If you trust Hudson, why wouldn't you convince Hudson to talk to Shah Khan and use his connections?
Because it's not our place to convince Hudson to do.
No.
what he needs.
It's your place as his friend to turn around and tell him, hey, there's this bad thing that's going to happen. Or haven't you heard and listened to Hudson? He wants to be a hero.
And we're working on that.
By not telling people who can do something good that the world is ending? Or is it important to keep it a secret?
I mean, to be completely fair, I didn't really think you'd believe me when I sort of just spat it out.
Why would I not believe you? We live in a world where the goddess of the world soul, brings up artifacts and places from different places in time and the world and things wherever, depending on who wants it. It brings people to where they're needed most, where their heart desires, where gods actively walk the earth. Why would I not believe you? I mean, Hudson came to us in an oasis through the water. Maybe your fish god sent him here.
I don't think Budge had anything to do with sending him here.
How do you know? He's a fish god, apparently, according to you.
Oh, yeah, Budge is the god of fish and maps. We've learnt this on our travels.
But the fact is, he was sent to a place where there is no other water source. So why would it not be... Why would I not believe you when I have seen miracles?
You've got a lot of very valid points, I guess.
Why does it not worry you more?
Don't know, because I have faith that we're going to be able to, put a stop to everything that's going on.
But wouldn't you want every possible chance of success? Why do you have to work with the deck stacked against you?
Because the other option is a whole lot of people get involved that don't need to be involved.
I mean, if I believe you, others will too. Why do you not think that that is worthy listening to?
Because at the end of the day, we don't need every Tom, Dick and Harry trying to put an end to the apocalypse.
So don't. Shah Khan is not this Tim, Doc and Harry.
And Shah Khan has no connection to me whatsoever. That's Hudson's decision if he chooses
And
to
Hudson
talk to
is
me.
your friend. Do you not trust Hudson's choice?
I do, and Hudson has chosen not to say anything, so that's on Hudson. You talk about having faith and trust in your friends, and Hudson has chosen not to say anything. I have to have faith and trust that Hudson knows what he's doing.
I'm just saying that maybe Casa Bria is not the priority here.
Well, unfortunately, we're here now, and this is important to Hudson, so that means it's important to us.
I'm going...
Also, do you understand how much trouble I would get in if I told Hudson, oh no, we can't go back to the trials of your village, we've got a fucking apocalypse to stop?
That's why you don't tell him you can't do it. You give him the facts and let him make the decision. Hudson is a hero. He will always do the right thing.
I feel like we maybe are off track a little bit. The apocalypse isn't coming tomorrow. We've already spoken to, important, powerful people who are, working on this issue as we speak. And this isn't like a we're gonna wake up tomorrow and the world's over sort of situation. This is a slow burn sort of thing. Like, we don't have to get right on it right this second. We're doing things already in the background to make sure that everything's hunky dory.
All right. Well, I think I need to go talk to Hudson. I mean, I'm not going to be much help with you going in. You're much sneakier than I am. After all, she pats her armor. I'm wearing armor.
I thought you told me you weren't gonna ditch me in the middle of the desert to a bunch of lion men.
I mean, I was going to show you where the camp was and then leave you up to whatever it is you need to find. After all, I mean, what was your plan then?
I don't know, I didn't get that far.
Well,
I guess
hopefully,
the plan was to
by the time you walk over that way, past those 3 tents, turn right, and go straight for 3 more tents, you will be there. Hopefully, by then you will have figured it out.
That's a very good point. I would also like to point out of character, I've been holding this stone in my hand the entire fucking time.
Okay.
So, if that's how it transmits, you guys heard everything. Also, I fucking nailed it. She doesn't suspect a thing, team.
They don't sound very stinky.
So she...
Sending Sony's voice activated. Just gotta be like, Alexa.
yeah, he was holding
Or,
it,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, Stony.
Yeah.
Okay, Stony.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a name for the rock.
Dwayne?
No, it wasn't Dwayne, that was too easy.
Oh, please. Kevin told me his
yeah,
middle
carry
name.
on, I'll catch up.
So, after giving you the directions, Cal, she leaves you. She said, go 3 tents to the right, then forward 3 tents. And then that will be where Casabrai's little campsite is.
Lovely. Off we go, I guess.
Okay. Meanwhile, while you are snaking up, Hudson, Doc, Budge, what are you doing?
Building the house, aren't we?
As
Yeah.
Now
we're
the
gathering supplies.
desert, is it just pure sand, or is there like dirt and everything as well?
there is dirt as well, and you guys are where your actual oasis is there is a forest, a mild jungle there.
We could use mud bricks.
Oh, hell yeah.
That way we won't have to use as much fiber, and we just use the dirt.
It's like a plan.
Doc, from your pocket, you can hear the sound of voices.
I am listening. I am paying attention to it. I'm listening for the, oh fuck, I'm getting attacked by lion people, or
Yeehaw!
something about a cow.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Can I
I'm
get a
listening out for those
woohoo?
kind of things. I'm literally just probably hearing them sort of argue. I'm kind of like near you guys, so I'll every now and then I'll let the rest of you guys tune in. So you guys can hear Kasiki talking about the urgency
Yeah.
of what's the Lotus lady's name again? That chick bothering us.
That biddy that stepped up on our turf with a problem.
The Ignis
Sounds
Flora.
like sounds like Hudson, you're gonna be in for a talking to.
Mm-hmm.
She's very strong-willed, this one, isn't she? Seems quite
Very.
intelligent as well. If she doesn't become leader, I do think she could be helpful to be on your secret advisory board.
Oh, most definitely.
As we get to building, I'll say, I was thinking that maybe there's a way to win over even those that think that you're an outsider. Is there some sort of thing that you could do, or a few things that you could do to sort of prove yourself as worthy? Or, You know, like, that's probably quite a difficult thing to do, I'd imagine.
I've been doing that my whole life I've been here.
And they're still not satisfied. Yeah, I
Some
know
are.
that feeling.
Sort of half and half. That's why I've got to show I'm a hero, a leader material.
Alright, so you think that's how we might win over the people of a town to help fit in?
Yeah,
Being a hero.
not necessarily through strength, but deed.
Yeah, look, I must admit I've had a similar problem back in Oaks Briar, and it didn't work out quite so well for me either. So I kind of gave up and left. So, I don't have the answers for this situation.
You gave up?
Yeah, I used to be in law enforcement back in Oaks Briar, but I don't think they ever quite accepted me and my parents. My brother also left, but he went to elsewhere, another town.
Well, once we get everything else done, we can come back and help you if you want.
If we can figure out how your people here are gonna accept you, I'd love to learn from that. Maybe you can succeed where I've failed so far.
You only fail if you give up.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
True.
I think I gave up a long time ago, Hudson.
But it still haunts you, so you haven't given up because you still think about it.
That's a nice perspective, but yeah,
And
I've
if you
tried.
didn't care, you wouldn't think on it.
I suppose it's one of the main things I regret. Anyway, I'm just letting you know that I'm here to help you, and maybe we can see. I don't have the answers, but maybe we can figure them out together. All right.
Do that. Do that.
If there's anyone I think we could learn from, I think it could be, funny enough, Budge.
Budge
I mean, he seems to
Budge
be
is still laying in the
well
sand.
liked wherever he goes.
What's going on? Are we building? What's happening?
Oh yeah, like I'm like having this conversation as we're gathering.
Gathering.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
split it
you're getting the ingredients
This is
here.
we're not idle. Yeah.
No. Okay, so you start making bricks as you're discussing
Yep.
this.
Yeah, I'm imagining it's going to be a long night, so we're going to have plenty of time to chit chat about all this.
I got
yeah.
told I was lying on the beach, so
No. If you're not lying in the beach, what are you doing, Budge?
I'd be like hauling these mud bricks around.
Okay. You use the heat from your hands to bake the bricks. Just
Inbuilt defibs in Budge's hand.
yeah.
But never used to save anyone's life, apparently. Just to make mud bricks.
Well, they're not defibs, they're brick makers. You don't know what they are.
No. What it
They
is
make good bricks.
Budge, you actually emanate a certain amount of heat. Not to the point that
That's not fucked with the water.
it's not to the point.
Not everyone has their exhaust holes in the same place.
It's more the point. It's not so hot that it would boil water, but you did spend most of your life in tropical waters, so the waters are generally warmer anyway. So it wasn't enough that it would have displaced.
Water, we've got a gaping plot hole.
Yeah, exactly. Just fish as far as the eye can see. So
If it ends up getting dark, I'm gonna just cast light on Budge's head, so wherever he goes and works, he can
Budge, you got a little
be a
light.
bit of a beacon.
Hudson actually still has the torches.
In seeing that, you putting the light on Budge's head, several of the Akka come over and like clap, like, do me next, do me next.
I think I can. Like, light's not a concentration spell, is it?
No, you can only do it once.
Once on one person at a time.
Well, it lasts an hour, so if another hour goes up, and then I'll let the Akkas sort of rotate, you know. If it takes a few hours, they get a few turns.
The Akkas are coming along and helping Budge by the set of bricks. They take them and put them to one side, and they're piling them up for you, keeping them neat out of the walkway, tidying up the road for you.
Gosh darn it, they love cleaning.
I will say I don't know if this will help in the quality of the build, but I can cast levitate like 5 times.
It'll
and that lasts 10 minutes each time.
It'll
so
help
I can
you move
levitate
stuff.
some of the heavier stuff up.
Yeah, it'll help you move some stuff. So,
I ain't
So-
got shit to cast that'll help. I just got my huge biceps. So.
You are
Yeah.
strong as fuck.
Yeah.
You and Hudson, mate.
yeah.
Hey, yo.
So you guys are actually starting to do some decent progress in moving out the debris, the burnt debris, and using whatever residual heat from the actual burning building to bake the bricks and things like this. So you guys start to get an actual production kind of.
So the Akkas are back on a production line.
Yeah. So
Careful, you.
So you are building stuff, but across the camp, Cal, you are sneaking up. Just roll me a perception, please.
Oh. Oh.
You do manage to find the camp. It's pretty easy. You notice that there are still 2 people sitting up. Hito, it's been about by this point, from the 25 minutes it was for you, it's been about another 10-15 minutes or so. So we're looking maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So as Cal, you notice that Cassabrai and Kairos are still up. There are a number of bottles around them, but the other 2 tents appear to have been closed up for the night.
Well,
What the Cal doing?
The Cal's about to be doing something fucking dumb, I'm sure.
Hito, while Cal's deciding what he's doing, roll me a perception, please.
While you roll perception, I'm gonna start stealthing around the campsite a little bit.
Roll me a stealth then, Cal.
Move a bit closer.
Okay.
I get advantage on that too because of my jandals, my fucking jandals.
You do, so roll again just in... Oh, no, you don't need to, you get the 21. You creep your way around the tent, listening in to each of the tents as you kind of pass them. One of them, you hear the sound of faint snoring from within and creep past it. There are 2 at the top that appear to be empty. One is slightly larger, that you kind of assume to be Cassabrai's.
Well, the biggest one throws the biggest shadow. I'm gonna stick near it, but I'm gonna stick near it if it's gonna put me in good range for listening into their conversation. If there is a better spot for listening into their conversation, I'm gonna try and use that.
Okay. Well, the best spot is actually probably behind this slightly larger tent because they're kind of sitting with their backs to it. Because that's they've got the tent directly out the front of the tent. They've got the chest where they've been getting the beers, and they're sitting directly with their backs to the tent.
Yeah, sweet. I'm just gonna, tuck in here near the tent and see what I can hear.
You can kind of hear them singing to themselves, kind of like some little tavern songs that they've heard. They sound pretty drunk at this point. Roll perception, Cal.
Jesus Christ.
Cal, you notice something. A strange, glowing platinum thread that appears to pass through the tent next to you. Hito, you can see this too. It's passing through the tent, out the other side towards Kahur's tent. And you start to notice that all of a sudden, it starts to glow brighter, as if activated by something.
Is this the same thread that I had in the desert?
It looks very similar. Hito, as you continue to watch, you see that another thread passes through the wall and passes through you. It kind of feels a bit fuzzy and tingly as it passes through you. It seems to wrap around you.
Is it tangible?
Do you reach out to touch it? I mean, it is wrapping around you. You don't feel a physical presence of it around you. But
I'll dump the pillow.
as you sit there and you let out a very tiny sigh, you watch as the thread that is coiling around you, that has started to glow a little bit brighter, you watch as the end of it trails off out the door of the tent and split. You see one piece head off towards Kahur's tent and a darker piece head off towards the pair in front.
As I said, I dump the pillow. I
Yep.
pick up nibbles.
Yep.
I make my way out of the tent.
Okay.
Does it's still on me?
It is still wrapping around you. It seems the coiling piece is still wrapped around you. It seems to be following you.
Good. Then I'm going to leave the camp. I'm going to go and find a nice dark area. Dark area, shadow area, my type of area.
Okay.
If he walks out of this tent, do I see just a random string wrapped around something floating away?
You can see one of these strings kind of following off after something. You notice that this string separates out into a darker and a lighter thread.
So the darker one goes towards those two dweebs,
Yep.
and the lighter one goes to another tent.
Yep.
I'll just see what the other tent's about.
Okay. Abandoning it. Hito, you step between the two tents. Cal, roll me a stealth. Sweet.
Still get advantage.
Cal, as
Fucking
you...
Jesus.
Hito, as you step between the two tents, away from the light of the campfire and into the shadowing darkness, you feel the faint wisp of something passed behind you. As Cal, you get the sense, you watch this thread that seems to have these two split threads seem to tangle of threads pass in front of you.
I don't know what this is. I mean, I know what this is, but Cal doesn't. I'm just gonna watch it for a second before I continue on where I'm going.
Hito, what do you do?
As I said, find the nearest, darkest, thickest
Yep, so you...
forested area near camp.
Yep, so you continue off until you find a copse of trees and bushes. It's reasonably dark. It's protected from the moonlight here. There are no campfires or anything.
And then literally sit down.
Yep.
Alright, let's see what you've got. And I'll start my dark chant, and I'm going to try and grab this thing with my dark ability and see what I can get from it.
Okay. As you wrap your hands around it, Hito, Cal, you've watched as this tangle of threads has kind of weaved off between the tents and disappeared into a copse of trees. You start to hear deep, guttural chanting, just quiet muttering.
Look, I've heard Hito chant before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking regret this. I'm gonna get fucking eaten by something. I'm gonna move towards where the chanting's coming from.
As you move towards the chanting and you start to see the thread that is connected between you and what you assume is Hito at this point, you see the thread grow brighter, almost blinding white. Weirdly, it's not illuminating anything around it, but you can see it stark against the darkness as you feel two hands grab this thread and tug, as you feel your feet disappear out from underneath you, as you feel yourself being yanked into a weird space.
Motherfucking Hito.
You come to a slamming stop on your knees as you see Hito holding onto a thread next to you in this white expanse. You can't see trees, environment. There is nothing around you. It is blinding white, and Hito is holding this thread. As you look at Hito, you see Hito's form, but etched around him in this giant, ethereal, smoky mass, you notice a dark black hood that seems to roil to the ground and swirl. You notice a large weapon of some description across his back as these dark threads of power are roiling off of him. You can see that it's changing and shifting amorphous as these dark, shadowy, smoky threads are reaching out across the white ground as you see him holding this thread that is connecting you to it.
You asked me to hit you. Are you fucking... What are you doing?
Hito, for you, holding a thread, you can see Cal there. Cal is a strange form. He seems to be made of some ethereal magic that shifts in rainbow colours with a swirling mist of stars over him in shades of blue, purple, almost like a galaxy is shifting over his body. But connected to him, coming from his back as you're looking at him, you see dozens of white threads that seem to stretch out across this white expanse, disappearing against the blankness. But above it all, a large form. hands spread wide, threads draping from it, connecting to Cal.
Alright, so I see all that. With my dark powers, I have hold of this thread.
Yes. You get the impression the only thing keeping you here is this connection to this thread that seems to be connected to Cal.
Alright. What is it gonna cost me to try and break this?
Who knows?
Well, I'm asking you in terms of what, like...
What would you
we
like to
haven't
do?
fixed all the mechanics of my dark power yet, so...
Yep. What would you like to attempt?
to break free of it at this point.
Oh.
I mean, I tried absorbing it. That's why I went to this thing to try and absorb what power I can out of it. But if it's nothing other than a thread, I'm just going to snap it.
Okay. You want to snap the thread.
Just out of curiosity, do I see the giant fucking puppeteer floating above us?
At the moment you're facing Hito, Hito is facing you. This thing is behind you. So unless Hito gives you an indication it's there.
It's fucking Hito, of course he does.
And Hito at the moment looks like the proverbial Grim Reaper to you. You can see his solid form, but standing over him is this giant black mass of death.
Yeah, but also I know Hito, and this is just a regular Tuesday for Hito. I knew there was some fucked up bullshit with this idiot.
What is wrong with you? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking Tuesday. Let's do it.
Okay. You watch as Hito is looking at this thread. Hito, roll me an Arcana just to try and snap it. You can have advantage because of the chaos magic that is roiling in your veins.
Oh, yes. I've already
I
got
prefer
that.
if we didn't just rip magic chunks off me for a second.
I don't know. Let's see if we can touch Budge and see what happens when you throw yourself into the ether.
Yeah.
Okay, Hito,
Pretty crappy roll.
you grab this thread and you try to snap it, but it has a tensile strength that you weren't anticipating. It more stretches than it does snap. You can feel that whatever it is that is powering this, it seems to have a huge source.
I'm here
If at first you cannot beat it, as I said, what my original plan was, is then I just dig my hands in like I normally do and absorb.
Okay. You absorb. I need both of you to roll me a wisdom save.
Thanks, Hito. I do so
I have
well on all my
advantage.
save rolls.
I have advantage, so that's gonna help.
Why don't I just roll a con save while I'm here too? Sure, this will all go fucking swimmingly.
It never
yes,
goes well when Cal's involved. 13.
the lucky number, am I right?
Gnome cunning, I get advantage on intelligent wisdom, and what's the other one? And charisma saves.
Eldrin cunning, I get 13s apparently.
Nothing helps you here. bud.
Nice. Love that for you guys. Okay,
You see was 30.
Cal. You watch as Hito spreads his arms wide. The dark, shrouded figure behind him also does so. You
I
watch
wish you wouldn't.
as Hito starts pulling this platinum thread into himself. You watch as it starts to disappear into the void, as you feel something, Cal, deep within your chest. Just follow the tug.
I'd
It's
like it put on record. I'm saying no, Hito, don't do this.
it's a bit of a twinge, but it doesn't feel like it's painful. You can just feel that Hito is drawing this out of you. But as you can do so, as you can feel him and you can feel your feet sliding across the white surface of this ground, wherever this place is, you can feel your feet being dragged towards Hito as you start to realize, as you're looking at your hands, as the cosmos staining stars across the back of your hands, you see the lotus tattoos on your palms slowly draining out of your hands, as you can feel something within you is being pulled free. But you can feel behind you a counterweight pulling you back.
Wait, I'm losing my sick ink?
You can feel whatever is connecting you here to this place is vanishing.
Oh.
Budge. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh. Fuck you two.
Holy shit, Budge is smart!
Budge,
Budge is out here doing
Nice.
fucking Pythagoras theorem.
you're in the middle of hauling a pallet of bricks when next to you, Hudson watches as you stagger. You drop to a knee as you can feel something deep within your own chest. Your hands are shaking. You feel weak.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
You can feel that it's getting dark.
Oh no!
It's you can feel that your senses aren't firing the way that they should.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Budge feels sleepy.
Budge? You okay, Budge?
Do I pass out or?
You are fighting it with everything in you. You are managing to stay conscious, but this immense ball of power that you know is inside you, that you can feel inside you when you basically feel your... I know, I was about to rage. When you feel your power surging, you can feel that wherever that's going, it is draining somewhere.
Budge is really confused. Budge doesn't know what's happening. Budge doesn't feel good.
Hudson, you can see his blue, where he's got his blue glowing wall work, his eye ocular lights, they're starting to flicker.
Budge? Doc, something's wrong with Budge.
What's up? I'll walk over. As soon as I see his eyes flickering, I'll drop whatever I'm carrying and come down next to him. Budge, I'm not a doctor, but you don't look well.
Do I help him stand up or do we lie him down?
Yeah, the recovery position. I did do my first aid certificate.
You watch as
Budge made noises.
Budge, you can see that the uckers are crowding around you like they're trying to push you down.
You get knocked down, but do you get up again?
Yeah, so we'll
Let myself fall along with the push.
we'll allow him to go down and like sort of lie down to be in a position where he's not going to fall over and break anything.
Hito, roll me another wisdom save.
Remember when we were alive, Budge?
Okay.
23?
Hito, you yank as you're watching this large thread-wrapped creature behind Cal is trying to pull Cal away from you. You can see that there is this surge of power between Cal and this creature, you can see that it's trying to manipulate these threads. There are threads coming off of Cal going in all directions, but you can see that whatever this starry amalgamation of power, which in your veins as you're taking it in, feels like you are consuming pure raw lightning, pure magic, as if direct from the source of magic itself. As you can feel that Cal is dragged further towards you as this creature slips as it's trying to hold you. Budge, one of the uckers comes up to you. It's the first ucker, Mark. As he comes over to you.
Mark, my son.
And he comes over
He's on his deathbed.
and he rests a hand onto your chest plate as if wanting to open the chest plate.
You will.
So yes, open you let him?
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as he gently lifts this chest piece off, revealing your inner working, this whole center piece that seems to hold something within your chest.
Have we seen this before?
No, you won't have seen this before.
So we're just like watching it.
Actually, no. Roll me a history quickly.
Both of us.
So Mark's doing open heart surgery on the desert floor.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I respect Mark.
History.
But sand, it gets into everything.
Okay,
Yeah,
Doc, you don't recall it, but Hudson, you do, because you got a real good look as you smashed the metallic scorpion you fought.
Also,
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, also Hudson was in like school and that like last week, whereas Doc was in school learning history 24 years
No,
ago.
this is
No,
the thing.
It was
This
like 100 years ago.
No, this only happened like a few days ago when Hudson was smashing the hell out of a scorpion thing.
So Doc was a geriatric fuck anyway. So he
Yeah.
doesn't remember.
Me and
But
Hito went
Hudson,
there, remember?
this chamber that is deep inside Budge's chest looks very reminiscent of that internal
It's got
working.
One of those, like the spider thing had.
And you watch as Mark opens his own little panel. And you see he has something different. There is a whole heap of clockwork workings within him that seem to be fueled by a shard of something.
Don't fucking salute us. You're killing us.
Mark's about to sacrifice him for himself.
Yeah.
You watch as he
Yeah.
takes his... You watch as he
Effervescence
takes this
of
crystal
Mark.
out and he very gently opens the plate. Hudson, just quickly roll me a perception as you're looking at this to see if you see something.
Chosen cow shark. He was my least favorite.
Hudson, within, you see what appears to be a small cephalopodic-like creature made of stardust. Momentarily, as Mark shoves this tiny green crystal within it, you can see his arms shuddering as he's pushing into it.
Oh,
And as he manages to close the plate, you watch as Mark's eyes go dark.
Oh my
Budge.
god. I'll catch Mark in my hands. As
Budge.
he falls back.
Yeah.
Roll me a wisdom save with advantage.
Save him one. I'm about to cry.
Lucky with advantage. Jeez.
Budget is the weirdest thing to you. You can feel
The damnedest thing happens.
the connection you have to Cal. You can feel this tug of war between Cal and two entities, life and death, fate and death. You can see in your mind's eye this large shrouded figure pulling the thread one way, Cal hung like a rag doll between it and this tall floating creature covered in these white bandage-like threads as they are pulling and tugging between them, a tug of war, trying to pull Cal in all different directions as all these threads are threading out all through the universe as you feel, you hear more than feel the sound of a large mechanical clock. As you feel your energy that has been so connected with the universe, you feel everything start to line up. As you feel something strange. You feel connection. The minds sounding like tiny, tinny, android-like voices, all clamoring in your mind, questioning, who's this? Where are you? As you can hear this community calling to you before you pass out. For you, Hudson and Doc, you watch as Budge's wall work, which was green due to Cal's curse, you watch as the blue slowly fades, goes black. There is a beat of a second as you hear the gears of his workings start up, almost jolted like, as all of this wall work glows gold and his eyes come wide gold.
What's happening, dog?
I think, wait, what was this guy's name again? This little guy performed some...
Mark.
Doc doesn't know.
Hello,
his
they just
name.
made a little sacrifice.
Doc's not his friend, he doesn't remember.
Don't disrespect Mark.
Dog.
Mark?
I think Mike just performed some open heart surgery.
Never invite you to KBBQ again.
With that, Budge, the senses that would be akin to lungs for you, your olfactory senses, kick in as you take the equivalent of a gasp, as you feel like you have been rebooted.
Yeah,
Firebolt,
awesome back
a,
on again trick.
a fireball to the veins, just woof. Yeah.
You misfired.
You hear like Windows XP noise starting up.
I was just thinking that.
Don't you just die?
I
Oh,
suspect
God.
so. Bud, are you okay? Can you hear us?
Budge feels weird.
Budge, there is a moment, and then you hear the metallic whirring sounds of something you haven't heard in a long time. As Doc, you're next to Budge, as you hear the sound of metal plates grinding against each other, as Budge's arm turns into a cannon.
Oh no, hide the seal.
Holy shit! I'll like
Exterminate.
I take a step back from that shit.
Dun 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 dun.
I have no idea what it is. I'll look closer.
Hudson has his head inside it.
It's like a starling in a header exhaust started up. Poof. Feathers.
Oh, it's a weapon?
What's a weapon? What are you guys talking about?
Budge this on your arm.
What?
What's this?
Oh.
Where'd your hand go?
Oh. Shit.
As you say, oh shit, Hato, roll me another wisdom save. Cal,
Right, I mean,
you're getting closer. You can see Hato is pulling you towards it. You're feeling lightheaded as your magic is starting.
I actually want to say something.
Okay.
About that, but
Okay, continue. I know.
something.
I will let you go. Go.
So obviously, I'm watching as Cal's getting closer.
Yep.
Alright. And all Hito wants is this off him. So I'm going to look up, which is going to give Cal what he wants, because Cal's like, what the fuck's going on behind him? He doesn't know. I'm going to look up at the entity behind. So this giant shadowy cloak that you're seeing is going to look up with its angry skull, Grim Reaper face.
Yep.
And just with its deep voice, just yell at the entity.
I will get a history from you, Hito, if you recognise what this might be.
I myself, I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Oh, you probably do, yeah. History followed by an intimidation.
Hey team, just out of curiosity while they do some rolls, if you were being dragged away from like a happy white light and towards a dark evil black skeleton, which one would you be rooting for?
I just
A
want to
light,
spoil
probably. Unless this black evil skeleton is like your buddy. I don't know if that's.
really cool.
Alright, so
Does it look like? Does it look like Ghost Rider or something?
Okay.
That's not bad.
yeah, Child of
Like, has it
Chaos
got spike points?
Yep.
have advantage on this.
Yes, you do.
So 27.
Yep. I will let you do your intimidation first. Pretty sure you're going to beat it.
Intimidation. I do not have advantage on that.
No.
Yeah, just tell what you do. It's working for me. I got any fucking advantage on my last roll.
You still beat it. That's fine. However, Hito, as you growl at this entity, you know exactly what this is, and as it clicks together in your mind, as you remember reading about this in your library and your master's laboratory, you realize where you are. You are in the place between the planes of existence, where time and fate and even the gods don't exist. This is inherently where they send gods to be imprisoned. This is the between places where those who control the threads of the fate and the tapestries watch. This is the place of the watchers, and that entity, that manipulator of fate, connector of fate, is a Skane witch. And it has hundreds of thousands of threads wrapping around every inch of Cal's body.
Whoopsie.
It's almost like
Did
Cal.
I do this?
It is almost like Cal is simultaneously made of the very essence of magic itself. He is a beacon to these entities, because you've realized that no matter where Cal is, these things will follow him because they see him as an aberration that shouldn't exist. Because wherever he goes, he will change the fate that is to be.
That thing back where it came from also
Also
helped me.
helping.
None of us are accepted wherever we go.
You watch as it looks at you, Hito. I need you to roll me a wisdom save, please. Because as you growl at it, let me go, it casts a cone of energy at you, Hito. Nice. It... I have to just quickly do a counting. 1 second,
I'm
please.
just wondering, how bad should I kill him?
The answer's 8.
Creature puts up a finger and goes,
Oh.
"One moment, please."
I gotta
Your death-
get out a calculator. Let me calculate how much I will hurt you.
I'm telling you, it's 8.
8's a good number.
Just got to do some quick calculations.
Quick math.
7, but only on a Wednesday.
I love it when the Grim Reaper comes to take you away, but it has to calculate like exactly what they.
Shut up! It's math! Leave me alone!
First.
Okay. That's all good.
Death can't take me. I'm death incarnate.
Okay. So, Hito, it shoots a cone of energy at you as you feel the threads that are connecting you to Cal fray as it sends a jolt of force at you. As you take 34 points of force damage as the threads fray.
An 8.
Is it but?
I didn't carry the 1.
You feel, Hito, that this thread that was connecting to you, you feel it snap.
Oh, Hito.
Yes.
Why you do this?
As you find yourself disconnected from... What was his name again? You don't
Oh,
recognize
I
the
know.
person in front of you.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
you know, he misses a week, and I forget who he is as a joke. And he's
You
no longer
feel-
here to defend.
He
himself.
left. He
I
left.
know.
Bro, he's really dedicated to the bit.
You feel that the person in front of you is very You feel that the person in front of you is very powerful, but you don't know who they are.
Damn, he's pretty fucking hot too. Wait a minute. Who are you?
Alright, so that's broken. As soon as I'm free of it, I will drop what I'm doing because I'm back in, and it's not on me.
Yep. As soon as you break it, you don't recognize the person, you feel the spell fade. Wherever you were, the between places where the Skein Witch was, is gone. You're not sure how you managed to get there, but you know you're here to help Hudson.
Alright, so I'll drop out, come to my senses briefly. What's Cal doing? So what sort of conditions he in front of me?
Cal, you are still inside. You watch as Hito looks at you, confused for a moment, almost like he doesn't recognize you, as you feel whatever he was doing as he was pulling you towards him stop. As you realized he'd yelled at something behind you.
I'm gonna. What exactly is behind me?
The exact thing behind you is a Skein Witch. I will see if I can find a picture of it for you. I should do, because I should have it. If it wants to load up for me, we will see.
Cal sees it and he's just like, nope.
Damn, that's a baddie.
No more baddies.
I'm on board. No, nothing's loaded.
No, give it a sec. Let me just put this in the... This is going to screw everything up if I do this, but give it a sec. Bear with me. I put it in the group chat.
Oh, fuck yeah, that thing's cool as fuck.
It's also 12 feet tall, and it's connected
Oh,
to you by hundreds of thousands of threads, Cal.
I mean, that bit's less cool, but it's cool.
As you are looking at it, a feeling of dread passes through you.
Lovely. Is that my cue to leave? I want out. I want out of the white box.
You hear a voice in your mind that sounds like thousands of voices speaking as one. You do not belong here.
You're 100% right.
Roll me an insight.
What if I rolled you investigation?
I would prefer insight, but...
Love the attempt.
Cal, as you feel this voice telling you that you don't belong here, you get the sense of frustration from the Skein Witch as you are forcibly jolted out of this in-between place. It looks confused and frustrated that you are being taken away from it. As you find yourself in the sand next to Hito.
I would like to roll over, dust myself off, and just be like, what the absolute fuck was that?
Hito, this strange elf man has just appeared next to you.
Who the fuck are you?
I didn't hit you that fucking hard.
You hit me? Then you must be my enemy.
No, I'm not your fucking... You asked me to hit you.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. You turned invisible afterwards. I don't know. I assume it was some trip to fuck with Hudson.
You know Hudson?
You know Hudson? You know Bosco?
I'm gonna be honest, Tito. I forgot he had it as a sound bite.
That was really good. Yeah, this game's pre-written. That's why.
Oh,
If you look
we're on
to your
page
left,
of the
there's a
script.
camera.
Performed in front of a live studio audience.
That's why they never laugh.
Yep.
I rarely do understand what you're talking about, but this bit isn't funny. Of
No,
course
it's
I know
not funny.
fucking Hudson. Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page. Yes, I know fucking Hudson.
Did he send you here?
I mean, in a roundabout way, sort of, but I didn't exactly mean to bump into you here. I just assumed you're off fucking with someone, if I'm honest.
Well, I originally came out here to get information on who burned down his hut.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're on the same page then. I'm pretty sure it was Tall, Dark, and Ugly over there.
And then something seemed to grab me.
Do I remember the in-between plane and everything?
Yeah.
And then I broke free of whatever grabbed me. That's all I remember.
You don't remember the giant white room and the scary mummy looking thing?
You do. You know. You remember
Yeah, I
that,
do,
Hito.
Yeah, it's a witch.
It's wonderful information. Well, yeah. She had me, you had me, bit of intergalactic tug-of-war, then you vanished, and...
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of things, and I normally admit to it, but you're not my type. I definitely didn't have you.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, this elf man wasn't there.
That's not how I fucking meant it. Ito, you
Well-
could be the last little short angry man on the planet and still no.
Well, that's kind of hurtful. It's better hurtful than this one. Did you fall from heaven?
No, Hito, I
Because
didn't.
that would explain your face.
Hilarious.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
As always, Hito. Can we stop fucking around and figure out what the fuck's going on?
I don't know. Well, if Hudson sent you, then I accept your assistance in killing that guy. And then we need to kill the other guy in that tent over there because I want his book.
First off, we're not killing anyone. Second off, are the strings still around? Can I still see them?
No, they've faded currently.
Because the strings started with that book.
And you're pointing at the tent where I saw the strings going, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So, I had a plan that didn't work to get him. I had a plan to get Casabra, but I was running out of time. So I had to, and then the strings grabbed me, so I had to bail on that. But otherwise, Nibbles would have eaten his head while he went for sleepies.
Went for
We're not here
sleepies.
to kill him. We're here to find out if they burnt down the tent.
Oh, he did it for sure.
Well,
No, his people did it, which means, you go up the chain, the person in charge is actually responsible. So we kill him, and
Like,
the other guy
that's-
off the book's just a bonus.
okay, as much as I'm on your side about, avenging the hut that was destroyed, the guy with the book.
Avenging the hut. See, this is what happens when you're not around. You turn up and Hudson sends you to help me. I don't know who you are.
What do you mean I'm not around? Hito, you're the one that's barely ever around.
I've never seen you before.
Hito, you have seen me multiple fucking times, Hito. We've had many conversations. I've literally looked after Nibbles for you.
I'm going to take Nibbles off my back and ask Nibbles. I'll do my speak creature thing.
Hey, boss.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah?
He looked after you?
Uh-huh. He didn't feed me enough.
I don't remember him.
I mean, he was like green and blue and green and green. Yeah.
Right, 1 second. Okay. Apparently, if I know you, you change color. So, show me. Change color.
Just hit him until he changes colour enough.
That's not... Hito, I know you're not a fucking moron. You understand what an Eladrin is. You understand what we do. You understand how the seasons work?
Oh, I just thought you were colored elf.
What, you just thought I was a fucking red elf?
Yes.
Is it very common to just have a red elf walking around? It's not very fucking stealthy.
A ginger elf. What do you got against gingers?
I'm not a fucking ranger. We're not doing this.
I'm confused. Why don't I remember you?
I don't know. It probably has something to do with the fucking mummy and the strings and the white room of not very fun times.
Skein.
Scooby-Doo-Dub-Dub-Dub. No, that's not it. Scatwitch. No, that's not right either.
At this point, I've sat down. I've crossed my legs and I have just sat down and I'm waiting for this to finish.
So,
I like that we're now looking eye to eye. That makes me feel better.
you know what would help us bond? Maybe bring back some memories.
I swear to fucking God, if you tell me you want to eat my magic or something, no.
No, we gotta kill that guy, and that might jog my memory.
We can't just kill that guy. Hudson doesn't want us to just kill that guy.
Well, if Nibbles eats his head off while he's sleeping, it'll look like an accident.
Oh yes, because it's quite common you lie down to have a little nap and your head gets bitten off.
Look where we are, wildlife.
I just pick up the stone and I'm like, Doc, can you talk some fucking sense into Hito?
Have I been hearing any of this? 'Cause they've been doing weird.
You haven't heard them for a little while now, and they've come back, and you can hear. You're like, obviously, you're kind of distracted. You're kind of distracted at the moment because you're holding a dead ucker.
Yeah.
Budge has a cannon for an arm. What the fuck is going on? He's gold now.
Listen, Cal, we're a little busy here. Budge had an episode, and Mark is dead.
Mark's what?
Oh no, it's not Budge's day! No!
Well, he's at least temporarily powered down. I don't know. Budge
Mark.
is, I don't know, Budge is kind of recovering,
You
but
remember fucking Mark, but you don't remember me.
Well, there's quite a few of them, but I can't remember which one specifically.
oh, that is insulting. Oh.
I mean, if you've seen one Akka, you've seen them all.
Mark, you were so unique.
I mean, he was the. I will say, Mark actually was
yeah.
unique. He was the one that actually had a flower, like a little flower crown.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are all right to come back, but maybe sometime soon.
Well, tell them, stranger, I'll follow you.
Fucking stranger, Hito. This is the world's worst fucking bit, I swear to God.
Can you two stop arguing like old lovers and get your asses back here when you get a chance?
Alright, I'm gonna start heading back, but I want to know more about the book, Hito.
Did y'all get any evidence, by the way? I'm still asking.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, I know you don't have a doctorate, but you did just hear the entire fucking thing. Did we get any evidence?
No, you guys cut out for quite a while, actually.
Because we were in a fucking white room fighting a scat witch or some bullshit.
When was that happening?
Cal, there are more important things than sandwiches right now. Mark is dead.
I'm coming back, Budge. We'll...
Did you say
Wait.
more important than sandwiches?
Doc, focus.
Hudson and Kevin are mildly freaking out next to you at the cannon arm.
Yeah, there's a cannon! Budge turned into a cannon.
Okay,
Mark is dead.
I'm...
I mean, I care. It's weird.
I'm gonna hold my arm. I'm gonna grab... Is Nibbles a backpack?
He's a pillow at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He hasn't changed back.
Alright, I'm gonna...
He's a pillow with straps, though.
Fucking wearing the fucking kitsune fucking outfit. I'm gonna grab you by the hood of your stupid fucking outfit that I don't agree with, and I'm just gonna take off into just a full dash back towards the way we came.
You kind of flap along in the wind. Hito.
This is not very respectful.
Oh well, and you remember my name, I'll put you down.
Take him out the back.
He'll remember your name after this one.
Yeah. So, it doesn't take very long and you guys arrive back. Budge is currently sitting on the sand. Callie looks different.
He's like
Lying on the
kneeling
beach.
with Mark's dead body.
Oh, wait. I believe Doc is cradling Mark's body unless he handed him over.
There's been enough
Only
time
threw him
for
in the
him
bin
to-
because he doesn't care for this intelligent creature.
There's been enough time for Budge to,
Process a little bit.
come on over.
Mark would have been passed into my hand, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, if you were like wanting him,
If you pointed the cannon and demanded him,
he could just say please.
So,
get anything you want, big boy.
so Budge, you are holding Mark's little form in your arms. He's tiny in your hand and forearm. If anything, basically he's the length of your entire hand and a little bit of like your forearm, so not very big at all.
In the arms of an angel.
You can see that he's perfectly intact, and the other Ukkas are kind of like crowded around you, looking at Mark.
I keep not being able to protect people. First Kevin, and then Kevin, and then Hito, and now Mark, and then Kevin, and then there was Kevin again.
A couple more times of Kevin.
As you're saying this, Budge,
Who killed Kevin?
another of the Ukkas come over to you looking really concerned. Like they're all crowding around you, and one comes over and you can just hear...
What's the dog doing?
I believe he said, "What's wrong? Thank you."
Exactly.
Oh, Doc, I'm sorry. I Mark is no longer with us. What to do?
What's that noise?
Dark.
Is that Mark making that noise?
No, it's the other Ucker. It's the other Ucker who's like come over and he's put his like hand on Budge's leg and he's like trying to talk to him. He's looking like really concerned. Like he's looking up at Budge like, what's wrong? He's really like surprised.
Like lower Mark's body onto the sand.
Yeah. This one's saying something to you, Budge. I don't understand it.
Brother, I'm trying to.
Don't you speak their language?
You think I would?
It's weird, Budge. Roll me an insight.
Can you roll investigation?
Okay, in the words of Cal,
Fucking
I'll roll athletics instead.
He would like to use his athletics to jump to the conclusion he needs.
Budge,
How high do you jump?
now that Doc has drawn attention to it, you're suddenly aware that these multitude of voices inside your head that you can hear are translating. Almost to the point that you can start to understand the Uckers. He's like, he's not dead.
There's a lot of attitude.
Look at him.
Sounded a bit angry, yeah.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's just missing his spark.
Oh, you gotta recharge his battery.
Dark, I know you haven't been around Budge for long enough. But Budge isn't the
Oh, I thought you were
What the
gonna
hell
say,
is
I
it?
know you don't. I thought you were gonna say, I know you don't have a doctorate.
Doc,
yeah.
all you're hearing is...
From Budge.
No, from the little creature.
Oh,
From the little Ucker.
sorry. What did you say? You want to repeat it again?
Basically, what he just said, but in... But that's what he's saying.
That's what she said.
Haha.
All right. Well, no. What was the question, Budge?
Forgot.
I know you haven't been around Budge very long.
Yeah, that's where you started.
What the hell is a spark? Something along those lines.
The spark of...
Oh,
The spark of Mechanis?
well.
We
wait,
all
who's
get
telling
one.
you?
Still in this story, Doc.
It's in his head, I think. Yeah.
Oh, the Ucker's speaking to him, but whatever the voices are in
Yeah.
Budge's
I
head
just
now
know
are
that-
translating. And
I just
Cal,
heard
as you
that
walk
in
up,
Doc.
Cal, as you walk up,
Doc doesn't know what's going on. He's like.
Cal, as you walk
"We're having a
up,
conversation."
you can. It clicks. You can understand the Ucker.
I can fucking what?
Oh.
You
What,
can.
These little people always spoke fucking common.
Yes, you dipshit. Wait,
Yes, you dipshit. Wait.
Why are you just repeating what he says?
I'm so lost, man.
Why are we talking to this stranger?
You know,
I
Uh,
told you Hito was alive. See, I brought him back and I dangle him around.
I say to Hito,
Oh,
this is one of the Uckers. He's not a stranger.
I'm gonna
Hell,
have to, I thought he's
How
dead
hard
for
did you
that, so-
smack him? He doesn't remember who you are.
That's exactly what I said, Hudson. It wasn't that fucking hard.
Obviously it was.
Hudson, I've literally hit you before and it did absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, but I'm like 5 times his size.
Yeah, I mean, I have to side with Hudson here. Look at Hito. Like,
This is a good point.
he already probably had brain damage.
What? No, I don't.
I mean, Cal hit you like an hour ago, and well, now you forget who he is.
Maybe he did hit me hard. I don't know who he is.
I didn't hit you that hard.
Why would you hit me that hard? Come to think of it, I hurt all over a lot. You must have hit me hard, whoever you are.
I fucking did hit you. Look, I'm
You
not.
hit me so hard you died.
I feel like we're
Well,
really.
you disappeared. Yeah.
We're really.
You hit him
all-
so hard he went into next week.
No, he did. He went fucking invisible, and then he walked off, and then I found him at the fucking campsite.
Awfully convenient.
Oh, cow. Alright, okay. Some weird fucking shit is going on right now
But
because,
why are you going? And why is his hand a cannon? And
yeah, his
why does
eyes
he not remember
changed.
who I am?
And he's got an octopus in his chest.
I got a
What?
what?
He
And
has
I-
fucking what?
And on
He's
that
got an
bombshell,
octopus thing.
as Hudson reveals that, that's where we're going to put in a pin in it for this week.
What? He's got an octopus?
He's got an octopus. So,
Octopus?
Octopus?
because you know this is going to be a hell of a ride to relay to Kevin.
I got no spoilers.
So
Just say get fucking wrecked, scrub. Should have been hit. It's just a picture of like stick figure Steve giving a thumbs up.
So on that
No.
note, with all of the
Little headstone
things,
with Mark written in it.
with all of the things that have been revealed, that's where we're going to end it this week. So thank you to everybody who stuck around to the end through all of the disconnections and all that fun stuff. If you want to catch up on this later, you want to leave comments, you can do so over on my YouTube channel, Boomeadow. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world. I hope you drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, and we will see you on Monday for more Ignition Point. See you then, guys.
Be good.
Bye.
Steven's wearing a little cabin as a hat.